Sleek, aka Slick Poppy, aka the Don. Thought back another video, and today we are reacting to Cinco exposed DDG after 1 day in Capaholics. I'm about to say, like, it ain't even start yet, and it's a whole lot going on. Dub, cheating, assault allegations, and niggas falling out already. It ain't even start yet. It's the 4th day out here, man. You know what I'm saying? But we finna see what this video hitting for. Let's go.
Even that group, like, it's not a real group, bro. Like, that ain't real. Them ain't real. Like, and I'm not saying, like, speaking on as far as everybody individually. I'm just speaking as a group. That's not a real.
These are people that, like, used to hang before the whole group thing happened. Now that they made it official, it's like problems start. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's better to work by yourself. Because I told y'all in one of the videos before that once you start clicking up and doing business with homies, it's always gonna fall out, bro.
Real friend group, bro.
It's like especially with this group, it's an ego thing. Like, it's a heavy, like, between Dub and DDG, you know, Dub gonna be glazing DDG, and then DDG gonna be thinking, you know what I'm saying, he big dog, you know what I'm saying, but it's like
friend group. Like I said,
it's
like he was the
ego infested house right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially
so
with the shade,
turn it down, like coming at in real disrespectful ways, talking to it like a friend would never talk to. Then like,
yeah, I want to start off by saying Cinco is lying. I am the program, y'all. Sure. Call me DD Program.
Talk about grand opening and then grand closing. Doing group content isn't some sort of unfamiliar venture for DDG. He had one in the past featuring Pootie and Shark and Ty the Guy and some other content creators. And we all know how successful group content can be. If you look at 2Hype, if you look at FaZe, if you look at AMP, Sidemen for what it's worth, doing some sort of group content has always shown in content creation that it can be very, very lucrative. But this isn't just a venture that you throw together. And to be honest with you, for every AMP and Beta Squad that's out there, there's a failed group that had a couple of months of success, had a bunch of turmoil behind the scenes, whether it was about money, women, drugs, whatever the case may be, and they fell off just as quick as they started. Which brings me to the Capaholics. People have been talking about how collaboration and streaming is something that is going to propel a bunch of people forward. So it naturally made sense for a new streaming group to prop up. That is the group that DDG started, featuring likes of Cinco, his brother Dub, and Deshae Freaky Frost.
Yeah. Come on now.
I guarantee you that the whole Cinco leaving is not because he wanted to. Is most definitely part. I would say part of the reason is definitely Lala. There's always a woman in the ear thinking that, probably gassing him up, saying you don't need them. Like, you bigger than, you got more potential than being with them. You know what I'm saying? You can do it alone, and I feel like she's part of the reason why he's not.
Now, I want to make something very clear. I'm going to go into group content a little bit later into this video, but I just want people to know that you cannot throw groups together. I understand that it can be very lucrative having somebody else to bounce content ideas off of 24/7, 365, and that is the service level. But there's something called team building that goes into this, and this is why other groups have failed in the past. You can't just slap a bunch of content creators together or a bunch of guys you think is funny together in order to make some sort of group. There's dynamics and energies, and there's a bunch of behind the scenes stuff that have to do with people's personalities that have to come into play. And we know that there can be some strong personalities when we're dealing with DDG, Dub, Deshae Frost, and Cinco. So off rip, I was skeptical as hell. Now, if I had to do a hierarchy of who is in this group, I would say it's DDG up here, and then Cinco falling somewhere short, but definitely second in this group when it comes to who is the most poppin'est, littest streamer. So it was very interesting that a lot of people saw,
because out of the group, like everybody else in the group besides DDG, he definitely does pull his own weight. You know what I'm saying? As far as the views, he's pulling like 150 to 250 views on vlog alone. He got his own motion on the live. He's not pulling 100 people. He's pulling 2, 3, sometimes 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 sometimes. You know what I'm saying? These other guys, they really doing like 200. You feel me? Maybe 1,000 on a good day. The Shade doing like 2,000 to 4,000.
Trailer, but didn't see him in the opening of
Jay doing better than the Shade
Streamathon new group introduction. So naturally, a lot of people will have questions, and DDG came quickly and confirmed that he was not in it. Who you see today is who is in this group.
I understand, bro. I don't get it, but I'm gonna address the elephant in the room, y'all, because nobody else is. Whoever y'all see in this group is in this group. Whoever y'all see today is in this group. Things can be further explained later on, but for right now, that's just what it is.
They literally announced the group on like the 29th of September. On the 30th of September, they got together, and then on the 1st of October, they were already broken up. I think
once he mentioned everybody's content being whole driven, I already know it was Lala, bro.
I think it's the
I ain't
most
gonna lie.
amazing thing in the world. Now there are some other groups that
Like,
we
you don't
should
got to
probably
do what
cover on
these
this
guys
channel that
do,
are
bro.
seemingly
You see
having a
Chris next door doing his own thing.
We've addressed Max leaving FaZe.
Duke
and
doing his
there's
own
some
thing.
Speculation about
Agent doing his
Rage
own
also
thing.
not being in FaZe
Phantom doing his
anymore
own
because he's not
thing. You
there
don't
for
got to
the
do what everybody
Subathon.
else
But
is
the
doing, bro.
difference is that your Rage and Max, for what it's worth, have been a part of FaZe and other groups for a long time. I don't think I've ever seen a
Even
group
Rage was on his own
started
program.
and instantly fractured a day after its creation, especially by the second biggest member. Usually when people leave the group, it's from the members that really don't matter. You know, the Mopies of the world. My bad.
Damn.
My bad. But it
That's
became
crazy.
very clear very fast that they were distancing themselves from any affiliation that they had with Cinco a day into the group project. Now, y'all should know my slogan by now. This is why I love the internet, because we're not going to go too far into any sort of time period without getting a response. Everybody exists here. They're going to have to fess up as to what happened. And Cinco opens up some interesting conversations about DDG, about Dub, about Deshae, and about group projects as a whole. You know, group content.
I'm just speaking as a group. That's not a real friend group, bro. That's not a real friend group. Like, our friend group was always based off of the ranks of popularity. Like, last year I was at the bottom of the rank. If I put up to the
Last year, you let's give yourself some credit, brother. You was not at the bottom, bro. You if they had a group last year, you would have been carrying, dude. You was doing better than Deshae. Deshae was pulling at least 800 to 1,500 viewers. You know what I'm saying? Dub washing him out the water. Obviously everybody else like Ridge, Derek, Wizard. I haven't seen how much Wizard be pulling, but I'm assuming it's like 400 or 500. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you pulling just as much views as Deshae and DDG on the tube, vlogging alone. So it's like,
nigga tell me, nigga, it's over. Like, you can't even get in the club. Like, I'm not coming out to get you.
Wow.
You gotta call like T.O. or somebody. You feel me? Like, that's the only way a nigga get somewhere. Like, you know, and that's just a representation of the dynamic of the friend group.
Let me hear this again.
I'm not coming out to nigga. Last year I was at the bottom of the rank. If I put up to the club late, nigga tell me, nigga, it's over. Like, you can't even get in the club. Like, I'm not coming out to get you.
Wow.
You gotta call like T.O. or somebody. You feel me? Like, that's the only way a nigga get somewhere. Like, you know, and that's just a representation of the dynamic of the friend group. You know,
That's
what I'm saying? Shout out
crazy.
everybody that's a real nigga in this bitch that really stand.
Youngin that be hanging with Prime won't let that happen. I'm just saying, you might have to go. You might have to go. You know what I'm saying?
On certain shit that
With
really
the
shit,
Oceans,
they got fucked
they
over a
won't
couple
treat you
times,
like
still
that.
ain't the same guy. I done got fucked
Hey,
over
y'all got a
shit.
free
I'm still the
agent,
same nigga.
Prime,
Nigga told me I shouldn't ask
Dre,
a girl out with a bag and all that.
Michi.
Man, I don't give a fuck what I go through. I'm still the same nigga. You can't let certain shit change you, bro. You know, of course you can move a little different and all that, but don't let that shit change who you is, bro. If that's who you is, that's who you is, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you a solid nigga, don't let no money change you, nigga. Fuck that money. You say fuck that money, nigga. That's selling your soul. Say fuck that money, nigga.
Boy, those are some heavy allegations. I think this is where my unique perspective can come into play here.
But
I remember the inception of AMP, not necessarily as just a fan of the content group, but also as somebody who worked behind the scenes with them. And these were guys who had known each other for quite a while at that point. I think dating back to like the 2K16 days, 2K15 days. They were playing online with each other, you know, getting to know each other
Agent Duke
offline,
and,
meeting
Phantom.
up IRL
And
and,
Davis,
making
definitely
content
Davis.
together, having fun, you know, kind of growing as young men in the industry together. This is when there wasn't a bunch of money tied to this industry. It was just a bunch of guys who were passionate about making content, coming together and creating said content. Now, if you fast forward to 2025, the word is out and there is money to be made, but that doesn't mean that you can just shoehorn people together that don't have real relationships or connections in order to make content. Yeah, I think some of these people have one similar link, which might be DDG in the matter, but ultimately fixing a bunch of people in order to make money and strike hot in this content game is not going to yield you long-lasting results, especially because of the personality differences. With the foundation of this group being based off of money, that is always going to be the crux of any decision that they make. Who gets the most screen time? Who gets into the club first? Who gets the biggest piece of chicken? It's always going to be around who has the most fame, and who has the most success, and who has the most motion at the moment. That means somebody can dictate these things and order these steps. This is why it doesn't surprise me that Cinco ultimately reveals that, you know, this ain't no real friendship. This is just a hierarchy. This is just a money ploy. This is just a game.
Yeah, I want to start off by saying Cinco is lying.
Damn.
I'm lying. Hey, show the message. Hey, that's why I leave it at that. Show the message. I ain't gotta say nothing else, gang. You wanna prove it to me? Show the message.
I don't be getting when niggas be like, you think you bigger than the program. What exactly is the program, though? I haven't figured that out yet. I'm gonna have to do some research.
I don't mind responding to Cinco because, you know, at one point me and Cinco was homies. So if this gonna help him financially, I'm cool with that. You feel me? I don't have a problem with that. I never start. Everybody always start with me, and then all of a sudden I'm the bully, I'm the mean guy when I keep it going. Oh, you doing too much. Oh, be the bigger person, this and that. Well, I never started it with nobody. Everybody always start with me. I do not take Cinco serious. You just trying to get some money.
Like to say a nigga drive, like to make fun of a nigga whip and discredit a nigga success, I made you and all that shit hurt, cuz like, if a nigga said all that to y'all, bro, and this is just the service level, this ain't even the messages, but if a nigga would've treated y'all how they treated me getting in that group chat game, like, you would've left that shit too, you would've stepped a foot in that shit.
They holding you in the group chat, Cinco?
I don't know how, nigga, but I'm gonna show you niggas. And even if it don't amount to greater than other niggas, I'm good for myself. And I forgive niggas, not for them, but for me.
They really counting Cinco out? There's only one person in that group that can, no, two people in that group that can clown you. But even then, they can't. Who? I really want to know who's saying something in that group, bro.
At peace and
I'll pop it for you, my boy.
Enjoy my accomplishments.
Don't let me find out Dub is the one saying shit.
You know what I'm saying? And defuse the situation, you know. But like I said, a nigga felt like he was the program. He ran the program. You know what I'm saying? So a nigga kept adding me back and just tearing a nigga down, like coming at a nigga in real disrespectful ways, talking to a nigga like a friend would never talk to. Then like,
now before we go into a real deep dive, I do want to remind everybody that this is DDG. This is the guy who was talking about starting internet drama and internet beef for clicks, likes, and views. That was his whole gimmick and shtick at Streamer University, is that you want to create some sort of drama for the sake of engagement, for the sake of getting views up, for the sake of doing all these different things. And for the most part, that stuff has reigned true. We see how he's dealt with Reggie over the past couple of months, so I could see him playing into that. It also plays out in DDG changing his Twitter bio to the program and saying that he is the program as opposed to being bigger than the program. And it also doesn't help that the reactions of the other members of the group aren't necessarily the best. Like, they're kind of playing with it a little bit too.
This needs Batman.
Grown man, by the way.
Cinco, DDG, call Batman ASAP.
This what that tweet was?
Yeah.
Yo,
He broke the bed.
Bro, they think it's a script. It's not a script.
I wasn't gonna say it was a script because it's not my business. But I mean, if you said it's not, yeah, this shit real. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, I'm finna go live and look, but I ain't gonna talk about it today. I'm just gonna enjoy this fight.
If it was a script and I wanted people to believe that it wasn't a script, the first thing I would say is this is real. Like, I don't know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. Let's continue on the video.
My main thing with this whole group is I want to get to a point where we can be looked at like a AMP or looked at like a phase where, you know, we getting brand deals and we like, you know what I'm saying, we really building some shit that's substantial. That's why when we dropped the trailer, it said October 1st to forever. And I know, I feel like maybe it would have been more transparent if we would have did a trailer in the actual house rather than doing it in a Airbnb. And I kind of feel like we kind of sold y'all a dream, but at the same time, it's more so about, you know, just it's not about the house, it's about the creator. That's what I'm trying to say.
Was the only room available to do this the bathroom or what? The difference
Facts.
between what DDG is doing and what other groups have done in the past is that other groups were composed of content creators who had already had high levels of success. 2Hype had Cash, LSK, Jesser, who all had about 1 million before getting into the game. Same thing with AMP. Their collective people had almost 1 million subscribers before they got into the space as well. Look at the FaZe Clan.
Well, Kai, Phantom, they hit 1 million after joining AMP. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody had 1 million. They was close to it, or they was at like a quarter away. You know what I'm saying? Now, only people that I know that don't got 1 million is Rich, Derek, and Wiz. for the most part, they could get there. They don't gotta have 1 million, bro.
Them
be
were
in a group.
successful streamers who were averaging at least over like 5,000 per stream before they got into phase or whatever number. But when I look at DDG's group, it's just that. It's DDG's group. Especially with the subtraction of Cinco, nobody in this group
And
is
T.O.
pulling
too.
over
T.O. gotta
1,000
work on his
concurrent
stuff, bro. He
viewers. So
gotta-
they're going to have the identity of being DDG's group. It almost feels like a record label, something where there's this main artist over it and they have a bunch of artists below them, and the bigger artist is just using the smaller acts in order to get their music off, but not really like a group venture or endeavor. And what I can also say from the clips that we are looking at, these guys seem to barely be friends. So once you start mixing business practices with people that are barely friends, it never is going to turn out well. It's always going to turn out to shit. It's going to expose the bad things that already existed in the friendship, on top of the business matters that aren't going well either.
When the bottles came out, we said Capaholics. So we all was a friend group, but the only thing between our friend group is that some people was cooler than other people, than some others was cooler than other, and then we all combined. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is friends. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, T.O. might hang out with Derek and Cinco more. You get what I'm saying? I hang around Derek and Deshae. Me and my brother hang with Rich more. Kelly and my brother hang around more.
So y'all aren't
You get
friends.
what I'm saying? But we all were friends. We all in a set, like we all in one. Like this is my birthday. Every birthday we pop out for each other. But I feel like when it, like, you know what I'm saying? Once you mix business with stuff, bro, it always go bad.
Dub just broke it down for us. They were barely friends from the jump. It seemed like, you know, different pockets of people who
Everybody
had
got different cliques.
connections. You know, a total of 9 of them, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. And they had some sort of, you know, degree of separation between the larger group, and they kind of just mixed together or whatever. But then they started to put business on top of it, saying that, hey, I need people to give me stream ideas, stream content, or whatever the case may be. And that's how they decided to form a group. But it wasn't like they had true chemistry or whatever. They just pop bottles in the club together. And now they're about to see what happens when this friendship becomes a content group that is a business. And the business that is being made is content. It's relying on people actually being together and being in front of each other and literally doing stuff with each other no matter what is going on.
That's what Max told me. It's a group now. So when y'all get into it, just know that y'all are a business. No, at first y'all was just a friend group. When it's business, when 2 niggas disagree or 3 niggas or 4 niggas disagree on something, you're not stopping, oh, I'm just not going to reply to this nigga in the group chat no more. Or if we go to the club or if we go out to eat, I'm just not going to go because I don't like them. Now it's like, oh, I'm not doing content. I'm not doing business with this person.
I didn't give my predictions when this thing first came out, but I see it failing. Like, I actually do. And I know that that sounds very harsh, and I don't want to see black men's endeavors fail, but I think one of the hardest things to do in content creation is
It's a
start a
group.
group. Nobody's ever
Yeah,
going to be on
bro.
the same page about the message and the agenda. There's actually struggles behind the scenes that a lot of these groups do not talk about. And ultimately, what comes before the friendship is the business. It's a very, very hard balance to keep up, and a lot of people fail at doing that balance. Trust me, I've been behind the scenes of those long nights, those long fights, those I want to punch you moments, but ultimately we have to get on screen together. I know a lot of those OG AMP fans know about those days early before Kai came and before Chris came on camera. But if we have people with these types of attitudes and egos, it was never going to work regardless. So honestly, this was another wasted group like DDG's previous group. Man.
What was his previous?
Even that group.
What was his previous group? I don't know if this is gonna last, and I just think that he shouldn't have added too much people. Like the amount of people that he did, he should have just kept it at him, Deshae, Dub, and Cinco if he would have been down. Just kept it at that. Short, and then as the time goes on, they could add members like Rich, Derek, and Wizard. But at the same time, it's like, bro, they got to put in the work before they, you know what I'm saying? I see Rich going crazy every now and then. T.O. doing this thing now and then. I just be seeing him around. I don't be seeing him doing anything like Vaughn. I be seeing Vaughn dropping vlogs. Vaughn be dropping vlogs and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? But with the group, it's like, you got, at least they got content creators that they can put together, bro. When I'm trying to put a group together and stuff like that with people who want to do content, it's different than people who are already doing it. You know what I'm saying? So they already know how to grind. These guys, you know what I'm saying, don't be Plus, I'm in Jersey, bro. There's not too many content creators out here, for real, for real. With that being said, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button and subscribe. You feel what I'm saying? Almost to 500. You feel me? 5 away. I don't even know how many videos I did today, but we grinded it out. I'm finna start spamming until we get there. You feel me? And we gonna get there. Locked in. Let's get it. Pow!